GUSTAF, MINDISTRY. Welcome to the Tear Your Fucking Face Off podcast. It's been a long time coming. To say I'm enthusiastic would be a lie, because I'm not. This is probably going to be the most juvenile podcast out of the series.
Yes, children.
How are you?
I am tired because I shot promotional material all day yesterday in below about 14, which is, it's not that cold, but I threw around a lot. I threw myself on the ground for entertainment, and I got cold. My cameraman got even colder, but he had these heating pads with him, so it worked. I couldn't partake.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yes.
What were you doing that was so cold?
Standing outside in below 14.
Well,
we were shooting for single number 2.
Yeah.
Because now Blood Moon is up and running. The promotion for Blood Moon is fucking crushing it. And so, Blood Moon is February 2nd, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So from February, I guess, 3rd or 5th until early March is Freedom Fighters Month. So, month before, we shoot all the promo stuff. So that's what we were doing. We were shooting promo material for the promo of Freedom Fighters.
Okay.
I actually have all the releases here somewhere, but hey, I'm doing okay. I shouldn't complain because it's okay. How are you, Ben?
I'm good. I'm busy.
So when did you start making music? We have a lot of questions for you here.
Okay, the way this podcast works is I interview you.
This is actually a takeover.
But I think you could. I think you could run podcasting. I think you could do it. It wouldn't be a bad idea to support your marketing materials. You say that your marketing is blown up, and for those kind of uninitiated and wondering where the fuck is this conversation going, Blood Moon is one of the singles, Freedom Fighters and such like. You've got a whole new series.
Yes.
Stuff planned.
Yes.
But your comment there was just that your promotion seems to have blown up. I certainly noticed you've become more active. What are you describing when you say blown up? Is this a change in mentality, a shift, new pieces of ideas or ways about going things? Please share, because a lot of us inside the label and outside the label get frustrated with just pushing content into the void and it not getting anywhere. So go.
I was very hyperbolic. That's it. It hasn't. Well, it has gotten a lot more attention, and that's because there's this quality. First off, me and my cameraman, Technomancer actually is his name, Mitch. He's my prop maker. He's in the machine. We are a machine now. Yes. I have a team, Ben. I'm not alone.
Good.
Well, we do these micro music videos, I guess you could call them. They're like short clips of me, and then there's an outro with a piece of the track. But I haven't uploaded for about 6 months. I haven't uploaded consecutively. Now I have. And is it R-rated?
What, this podcast? No, I've been swearing all the way bloody through. Have you not been listening?
Fuck yeah. No more.
Shit, yeah, motherfucker.
Fucking cunt. Well, no, but it's consecutive, and I'm nagging everyone so much. So they have to like and comment. Because I tell them, if you don't, shit's will happen if you don't fucking comment.
Yes.
So you better fucking comment.
But somehow you said that you hadn't sort of posted in the 6 months.
No, I haven't.
And now you're all over it. So what is this?
Now I am on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, X.
Yep.
Pornhub, Porn, X-Hamster, XNXX.
Okay.
I'm on everywhere.
I wouldn't know anything about those ones. I'll have to check them out.
I don't know. No, but we have been recording this motherfucker of a re-release for so long because, some people know stuff. Some people don't know. I won't say any names, I guess. But there was a big betrayal within the machine, which made this release push 6 months at least. Yeah. So I had to deal with that. Now it's done. Everything is going as it should.
The body is in the frost. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. To put it bluntly, motherfucker got capped. That's how it works.
So the re-release, let's just rewind a little bit for the people that don't know. You released Katastrof Tanker.
There it is.
Marvel out my Swedish.
Yes, very good.
And
no, it is.
I've been toying with actually doing a cover version of one of your tracks, but I'm gonna.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. One of the things I was looking at was just a completely detour. Is I've identified tracks from all of the label that I think I could cover, and wouldn't it be fun just for
really
laugh?
good idea?
Just for some additional content. But yeah. Anyway,
you are a great musician, Ben. You focus a lot on us, but you are fantastic. You can play the synth. You're very old. I guess that's why. You have a lot more experience than a young man.
Yes.
So that's why you're good.
Okay, well, we'll leave it down to experience. I mean, I do my bit. I'm not as practicey as I used to be, and this is kind of let me down. But I've kind of just engaged in a bit of a new era in recent months, and I've gone, okay, this is just what I'm going to do now. This is,
let's just talk, man. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to hear you talk. So when did you start making content for Instagram? Okay, Katastroftankar, 2020, April 22, 2022. An accident. That's when that released.
Yep.
And
so why was it an accident?
Well, I knew nothing. I knew nothing about marketing. I mean, an accident that it's April 22, 2022.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yes.
Mic drop. I released that thing. Now that is coming out with English vocals. Totally reworked vocals, no direct translations, none of that shit. Everything is completely changed around. The rhythm even is changed around on some songs because I found it more fun and better in English.
Of course, well, everything is going to be better in English, I'm afraid. Sorry to.
Oh, I guess, but I liked it. Maybe it's because I spent so long on the first album. You know how it is when you release stuff and you hear the tracks over and over. So it was fun to make some different rhythm patterns, some different rhymes. It was fun. I enjoyed it very much, and it didn't go as well as I'd hoped it would with the first because I knew nothing. I released it into the void, man. I got no good advice from the people that were with me. I can say, like, maybe some of them critiqued a lot of what I posted, but didn't give any fucking advice. So I'm like, well, fuck you.
Well, this is
now I know more though.
This is the thing, is I suppose the average musician probably starts off with some supportive family members and friends, but it's that even that
I did.
Even that this is helpful from the starting block. But I suppose it does get kind of a little bit sort of samey, and then the next stage that people go through is either the silence stage, because nobody else other than their family and friends that are getting tired of listening to it don't listen to it anymore, and then there's no one left to listen, and then you kind of go down troll avenue where they go, well, this sucks. And you wouldn't, please be educated. If you're going to have the cojones to sit at your keyboard and go, well, this sucks, man. Yeah, yes.
No, I meant friends. I meant friends.
But actually,
that gave me advice.
Actually say why, or what's the next level. I think fear of embarrassing people kind of stops people kind of saying stuff, which could be helpful. One of my greatest friends, Andrew and Giorgio, is Phoebus, that has now become high.
Bless you.
No, it's a bit. You think, fuck's sake, yourself. This is a chaos podcast. Anyway, I met him on an online platform. I'm just going to ignore anything you're saying and look away. And he was like, production, this, and I kind of sort of knew all that, and it was kind of a bit embarrassing, but I then sort of came to terms with my own shit, my own hurriedness. Not that I actually put too much like over laborious care and attention and stuff. I'm still very prolific. I release, I want it out, I'll go through the process. I'm kind of, I have a bit of a core belief. I think it's a composer thing, that time that I created is not going to sound the same or have the same kind of feel, or it doesn't feel as authentic if I then take what I created in the moment and then put it through a very logical kind of tidying up process. So I'm happy with bits of slippages here, but I am now like a better mixer, and I do pay a bit.
Oh, dude, your stuff
care.
is. I'm impressed with when you released. Oh shit! No, the first one.
Banged up.
Yes,
The
banged up. You did that yourself. I was surprised. As a fellow Reaper man, I was holy shit, man. Well, Eternal Narrative sounds a lot better than Banged Up, but Banged Up was holy shit. Because I'm figuring I started Reaper only a few months ago. I know I just did the whole Katastroftank, our first album, is written in GarageBand on iPad.
And you know what? It sounds really good. Like, because I think.
Oh no, not the album. It's written in GarageBand, but it's not. The album is recorded in Logic. But I wrote it all in there. That would be impossible. I guess some people is like, you can't do it in GarageBand. I'm like, yeah, fuck no. But I wrote everything there. But it's recorded in my friend's studio, home studio in Logic. Because the sound that's thanks to Christopher Borg. Swedish is Christopher Borg.
Bless you.
Christopher Borg. Christopher Borg. He mixed it and mastered it. And he's a fucking wizard. The album, I love how it sounded. Like the change from the demos to the mix was, well, it was a big step, but it still sounded good. But I hope I can get him on what I'm going to do in the future as well.
Yeah.
I hope.
And also pick up your stuff stuff along the way as well.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Reaper has some very great stock plugins. Okay, they're not very pretty and singy and dancey, but they're low CPU usage, added benefit. And two, sometimes, playing around with the tools and learning the tools is better if they're not got all the shiny little attachments and funny screens, because pretty colors, because you end up mixing with your eyes. And
yes, I do that a lot.
You end up turning off lots of stuff because of the CPU usage. So then you're not really getting it, you're not getting the intuition. So sometimes a plain Jane in terms of a plugin is
that your girlfriend's name?
No, it's your mother's.
No. Wrong. But wait, Doppelganger is out March somewhere. March 29th. I just had to throw it out there because we are talking about music.
Okay, no, that's fine.
The re-release. It's English. And then it's a complete switch up.
I'll be interested to how it all translates into English. I mean, my favorite, I meant quite so many favorites out of MINDISTRY, but the album, but the one is UMLB.
It's a nice one.
I remember doing a reaction, and I loved it so much that I kind of had to quickly learn the guitar solo, but I shredded it on synth, and I included it in the reaction.
Yes, it was awesome. I was first time anyone did anything like that with one of my songs, and it was so cool because I didn't really know you back then, and I was like, who the fuck is this old fucker who hangs around with these young guys, And then you did that cool thing, and it was awesome. It was so good too. Like, but you like that song? Are you gonna cover that one?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
You have to sing it in Swedish, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm fully aware of that. And I've already put in about an hour and a half practice on it. So
can't you please mimic some for me, please?
No, not happening. Not happening.
Can you say the chorus at least? Can you pronounce that?
I can, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. You will have to wait your turn. And,
wow, I'm honored. It's such a simple song too. Open E riff.
Yeah, but it's so well. Hang on, the chorus in this guitar solo is in B flat, is it not?
Sure, it's Christopher, my mixer man. He does that solo, and he is in a band called. Wait, he's in two bands. He does his mixing thing. He works as a nurse on the ICU, I know, in Kungälv, where I used to live, and he's in a band called Art Nation and 6'6". He's in two bands that's going up, man.
Okay.
Art Nation is. Oh yeah, fucking Art Nation is like melodic rock, I would say. Like it's not metal, but 6'6" is like Iron Maiden. He's the guitarist in both of them. He's crazy.
Yeah.
When that solo, I was so thankful he did that. So thankful because it fits really good. But yeah, B flat. That is correct because I'm in drop ice. Drop, B. Yeah, drop ice. That's where I am. But the solo is different. You are correct. It is a little bit up. Yes, you are correct. B flat. You are correct. It would be that.
I know I'm correct. So
yes, but I had to think, and I'm like, wait, drop ice.
So
up to yes.
Where did you start kind of picking up music? Where did it all start, and how, and why? And why MINDISTRY? Why the name? Why this genre? Let's go walk through the history.
I don't know. Next question. Oh no, okay. I started music. I was first actual band was before that I got a guitar, of course. I played Guitar Hero. That's literally how I got, because my stepdad was like, maybe we should get you a guitar. You do play a lot of video game shit. I'm like, okay. Took some lessons, did not like it, taught myself some. Played on and off, literally, for 2 or 3 years. I was not sitting down practicing. I don't think I've ever done that.
No.
Not really sit down and practice, just play, which I guess could be practice.
Yes, a lot of us kind of composer, creative types.
Yeah,
we don't have the discipline of a classical musician. I'd imagine. I
am a creative, though. You can say you are. I'm not.
Well, you are, because you've come up with your own songs, and if you haven't practiced, that means you've kind of found your way, and you're using what you're hearing internally. And despite that lack of disciplined practice and all of the knowledge that comes with it, to make make that process easier, you have still found your way through it. So that's what creative people do. They have a nugget of an idea, and then they push past their own personal boundaries and limitations to actually realize it. So you have done, so that you need to give yourself some credit.
I would call it obsession.
Yes, well, okay, that's another attribute to.
I will not take this compliment. I will do everything. No, but I a band called Nuclear Agony. Fucking
nice name.
Yeah. When I was 17, I must have been 17. Nuclear Agony with Niklas and August. They have a band now called, Armory. It has to be Armory, and they're like local legends. A lot of people like them. It's speed metal, not my jam, but I know a lot of people really like them here in Gothenburg. So it's cool. But I kicked me out because I was shit. I sang. I was gonna play guitar and sing. And I was like, I never sang shit, but I tried to, and it didn't work out. They were super nice though. They were a lot better than me in every way, man. Like musician wise, holy shit. I could play some Metallica songs, and I never sang, but I got kicked out. I left or was kicked out. Same shit. They were better than me anyway. Then I joined Insanity, which I'm still very good friends with. Bernard has Ominum. Like the drummer has Sonic Assault. So I joined them, and we played a while together. We played a lot of live shows. I was the singer or vocalizer. And with Insanity, thrash metal, old school thrash.
Nice.
Yeah, I was with them for a few years. We kind of quit, I think. I honestly don't remember. We just stopped. Like, I became a dad very early, and that didn't really play a part, though. But we just stopped. And then I do anything. Let's see, from, let's say, 2013 until 2018, 19, I did nothing musically.
Right.
I had the guitar. I had an amplifier, 100-watt PV. I played around some now and again, like riffed here and there, maybe once every day for a few minutes. Then my friend who produced the first album, he gave me his old laptop with Guitar Pro. And he's like, you do have a lot of music in you. Try getting some of it down. And I wrote a ballad for my girlfriend at the time, which was like the same thing over and over, so bad. But I wrote that and started writing other shit. That developed into GarageBand on iPad, which then developed into me making songs on GarageBand, in GarageBand, with a guitar and a special fucking cable that you can't get anywhere.
Yeah.
I had to plug that, so weird. But I managed to do that, wrote the entire first album in GarageBand, which is like literally the first album, Katastroftankar or Doppelganger. is literally a collection of songs I did during 2 or 3 years. So it's not very coherent. It's just songs.
Well, yes. Well, okay. No, maybe some not so much a thematic album, but
No.
they don't sound like they're songs taken from different places.
That's so strange. You don't hear that.
Not to me. But
well, of course, it's different for me because I can remember when I wrote each one, and that was a very bad time too, which was why music kind of it didn't save me, but it gave me a purpose. I always had a purpose since I'm a father, but this gave me more of a me purpose creatively.
When you're on your knees, that's when the humility, not behave. When the humility of oneself sort of bubbles up to the surface, and then you start sort of going, well, what is one step that actually is going to ameliorate some or all of this tragedy and some relief?
Oh, it was tragic.
And
Dude,
give me some purpose.
Fuck me. It was so bad there for a while because I didn't do anything. I drank way too much. After every workday, I went drinking. Not like I didn't chug 20 beers, but I drank.
Yeah.
Because I have a thing called agoraphobia. So being in public places I don't enjoy it. So I drank to be able to ride the bus home without getting a lot of anxiety. So I became tipsy at least. Quite often a bit more, but yeah. And I did that from Sunday through Thursday because Thursday to Sunday I had my daughter. So then I was home in that town we lived in with her. But when she went to her mom's, I worked and drank and gamed. But nothing. A lot of relationships faded out because I didn't do anything. I wasn't anybody except work and father, which is dude, if I wouldn't have been a father, who knows what I would have done? Because you have it's a cheat code to stay alive.
Yes.
literally.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh yeah. So, but I went sick leave from work one day. I just said I can't this anymore because I had so much anxiety building up all the time that one day it just broke me at work. I had just gotten to work. I worked in elderly care and care in general. I went home to people. Sounds so hitman-y. I went home to people and took care of them. But it's a very important job, you give medication, you fix food, make sure they get out of bed, get up, all that stuff. It takes a lot on the mental because you can't have a bad day.
No.
If someone's they are super mean, most of those demented. Oh, like Alzheimer's. I never had a problem with it. I could take the druggies as well. The guys who still use because I never took offense, I could shrug it off, laugh at it. But it does affect you. Taking care of someone who is 70, maybe acting like 5. In many different ways. If you yourself are shit and taking care of a child is oh shit. But yeah, fuck that. I so bad. I just told one of the bosses, I'm like, hey, I'm going home, okay? Literally, I went into the office hey, I'm gonna head home because I feel super bad. What do I do? What do I do, Lord? Destroy the child. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
No, but she was like, okay, I know. We've seen it. We know you're bad. There's no problem. Just make sure the big boss hears it. And then I didn't go back for 2 years almost. Then I worked a little. But during that time, though, there was investigations into my head. What do I have?
Yeah.
What should you get? Which I had never done during my entire life. I was 25 when this happened. I had never been on any medication.
Well, even at 25, that's a young age to start investigating the inner roots of your psychology.
But I should have done it when I was a child because there's a lot of childhood trauma. So I should not medication. I mean therapy. I should have done therapy. But it didn't work.
But even so, you wouldn't have been able to do it as a child. You wouldn't have been able to do it as an adolescent and teenager, or even as a young man.
Imagine teenager you. I'd be like, fuck this shit. What is this? What is this hippie mumbo jumbo, right?
Yeah,
you wouldn't be susceptible to it.
Exactly.
But now, at least, fast forward, since I started MINDISTRY, it's a lot. Life is better.
Where does the name come from?
It comes from Sad But True. James Hetfield. Yeah, I like Metallica. Get over it. Jeez. in Sad But True, he sings "Mindistry," and I
Yes.
thought he said "Mindistry." I thought it's a word for like a dreamscape or something. Me and my friends spoke about that in school in like 7th grade. We were like, "Oh shit, it's not in any books. He made up a word like mind is," but he says "mind astray."
Yeah. Right. Okay.
It's not,
Because
but I thought "Mindistry."
my interpretation of the word mindistry is a bit
Yeah.
like, so you've got artistry, so it's, all of that surrounding
Oh,
art, but then
that's kind of how that's similar to my thought pattern with it too. That's similar to what I thought, but it's not a word. And then when I was gonna
well, it is
name the
now.
band, oh yeah, fuck yeah.
You own it.
Just wait. I do, actually. I do. But then my friend said was like, "Okay, what are you gonna call your stuff? You should get a few songs together and make an album or some shit." And I'm like, Chaos Black was the first name I had. Pretty cool. Stolen from a Warhammer paint scheme or a color.
I was wondering. Yeah, I was into Warhammer when
It
I was
is.
young. Yeah.
Yeah, Chaos Black. That's
Yeah.
the black one. But when I was like, "No, what? Mindistry," because no one is that. No one is Mindistry. But I never, completely honestly, never listened to Ministry. I
Yeah. Mhm.
barely knew they existed. I knew they had a song called "Jesus Built a Hot Rod" or some shit, but now I've heard so much. They're like, "Oh, Mindistry, is it like a tribute to?" I'm like, "Fuck no, wasn't even aware. It's Mindistry, not Mindistry."
Mindistry. Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That sounds
Fuck
like it's
that.
that sounds like it's in Urdu or something.
Yes, I hate
Mindistry.
that. Yes, see? Oh shit.
My
No, but spelling I'm gonna write on my wall is "mind is tree."
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Mhm.
Mindistry.
Yeah.
I have a video explaining it with Hetfield. He appears in a video with me explaining how you say it actually, because we're very good friends. And no, but Mindistry, that's where it came from. I thought Hetfield said Mindistry, and no one is called. If people would get that it's Mindistry, which a lot of people do now,
Mhm.
it's pretty cool because you're like, "Oh, Mindistry." It's a made up word, which I like. No one, well, okay, if you say Mindistry, it sounds more like ministry,
Yeah.
right? And I fucking hate that. But it is Mindistry.
It is my industry.
It is
But
Mindistry.
always make sure you always get it correct, people, because quite a sore topic here.
Oh, dude. I have 2 weaknesses.
Do-
One
uh,
I won't say, and that is the other.
is the other one spelling your name with a V? Oh, okay, 'cause I think I did that.
Not anymore.
But your stuff has always been well received when I've kind of done all the sort of live bits and pieces and all that.
Thank you.
It's always been well received. It's very energetic, pacey, and there's there's not a lot of stuff around that is kind of like it that isn't of that typical kind of sort of dare we say it, Rammstein type of stuff.
Yeah, but you're correct. You're correct. It is, well, oh god, the band Raubtier, one of my favorite bands for many years. It still is. I don't listen a lot, but it is, and it does sound a lot like them, but it is a lot of me too. But it sounds a lot like them because it's Swedish, and I growl, for example. He doesn't in that band, but I know you heard some of my future stuff. I sent you a demo of it.
Yeah. So this is
Dude, that's a track.
now
That's a track right there.
what I've been hearing coming out of your camp has sound so much more. It's
I like
bigger
that.
and it goes off into different crazy places, and
Oh yeah.
and it's almost like here's now you've unlocked almost like the first album was sort of part of the musician within you, but also part of the musician you thought you were going to be.
That's very true.
Whereas
Holy shit.
now,
Wow.
now you've kind of had some time you've discovered yourself through the practice of airing all of that out, and it's like boom. I suppose it's many others. Opeth tend to write whatever the hell comes out, whether it's black metal, dark metal, or a 70s prog album or something. And my own sort of dark era I've stepped away. I'm symphonic. No, I'm a bit crazier than
Cradle
that.
of filth. Right? No, but that's true. And you say that.
I always
mixed a lot of things.
I try not to sound like it's a conscious thing. Although they were the band that unlocked metal for me.
They are so good though.
I do my best to go, okay, does this sound like any of their tracks? And then someone immediately goes, oh, I like it's a one-man Cradle of Filth. I can
He's
take
so
it.
crazy though, man. Danny. It's so crazy, those first ones.
Well, it's taken its toll. You can hear it,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
He's very short too. He's a very short man. How tall are you, Ben? I have a few questions to ask you before we wrap up. Thank you for the interview. We can't wait to have you back to Pace Ripper Records.
To answer your question, I'm 6'1".
That is good.
That extra inch makes all the difference.
I am 8'2".
Yeah, 8'2". I don't believe it for a second.
I know I'm 6, so it's nice.
Okay.
But do you guys know that Ben is called the Undertaker at his job because he has such a big dick?
No, I don't think it's because of my penis size.
It is
Because
he told me.
Because the person that coined that was the general manager of the hotel, and I can safely attest that despite how drunk I actually got at the Christmas party, my penis remained locked.
It did. Okay, I won't. We only have 3 minutes left.
We have
Thank
3
you
minutes
for coming
left
on the show.
Yeah, so quickly. So you've been through the mill. You've kind of made it out the other side. You're ramping up your efforts, and all of this is really good. So, what would you say to the other kind of like mini Gustavs? That are like you running around and just kind of starting. And what's your nuggets of experience in it?
Oh my god, man! If there was a small Gustav running around, this would never even be a possibility. I don't earn anything at the moment, but it's very fun to be creative, and I can't really say anything. I'm the guy who needs advice, man. But I can say, follow your dreams and all that. You should, though. If some kid hears this, if some fucking 30-year-old hears this, if you can think it and try, that's better than not, right? With whatever it is. I think everyone should hear that, and I think everyone should think that about certain goals in life that you have. I really think you should just fucking go for it. Even if, maybe it fails miserably. I might fail miserably.
Well,
what you said earlier, you know what we will do, guys? We will have Ben back on in a few minutes in part 2, because we have to talk a lot more than this.
Yes, we have to.
Can't we just start it again? Can't you just send another link and we can do it again?
I probably could do that. Yeah. Okay.
Or don't you want to?
No, I can do that. Yeah, we can have a smoke break.
Please.
Yeah.
I need to think.
Okay.
No, but if you don't have plans, because I don't, then we can continue a little deeper.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. So what we'll do is we'll end this one, and then we'll go for another. We'll go for another
You
round.
can just edit that, right?
Yeah, I can edit it out. Where were we at? We were saying you think you started going on about the fucking time running out, but yeah, the power of witchcraft and editing. That's not a problem. All right, get yourself a smoke organized.
I'm gonna have a fag, and I'll close this one then.
Okay,
and I'll be right back, bro.
Yeah,
more. I love that you pressed record.
I had to capture it for personal use later.
I can show you. While
No.
Here, my gun.
Oh, very nice. Yes.
You see that? I have my prop maker. That's what the first thing you asked in the start of the first stream.
Yep.
Was what were you recording yesterday? We were recording with these awesome props he built. He is looking at going into business with it in a while. So I'm gonna rep him a bit so we can show this.
Excellent. Yeah, he's built a couple of bits for you, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, and he built so much himself. And this is the crown jewel, which actually works, which is the crazy part. Now this bad boy is the AK-5000.
Yeah.
And you can see the MINDISTRY sign, which is like, dude. And it has a fucking detachable mag for the gun nuts out here. And when we edit this stuff,
I'm gonna end up with the fucking police at my door the way you're showing off these guns there. Someone's gonna think they're real and we're gonna report us.
You see how big it is, huh?
Yes.
Hey Ben, can you see how big my rifle is?
Yes, I can see how big your rifle is. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah. So going a bit deeper. So like where we met, I believe, was through the Love Anarchy platform by our mutual friend.
Yeah.
Will Rogers.
William Rogers.
Because
that's true.
You were like, who is this double first named bastard? I don't trust people with two first names.
Yes, I still don't.
And I was like, who is this fucking idiot?
But I have to think now. Fuck, you caught me off guard. First time we spoke with Will, right? Oh wait, I was out bicycling, and you were in a Discord call with Will, and I joined that call, I think.
then possibly.
Yeah,
I think actually he welcomed me to the platform, and then you were like, I don't trust anyone with two names, and
I gotta check this guy out.
that
I
was your
probably felt that.
yeah.
If he welcomed someone, I was like, gotta check this shit out.
Mm.
Is he legit? And then you were. Well, I guess we both are unlegit. That's why
Yeah,
we get
yeah.
along.
So
Should that be a secret
I mean,
that we're
no,
friends?
no, 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 absolutely. I was going to launch into a sort of the next phase because I have to say, from a personal perspective, you've supported everything that I've done.
Of course.
I've been through some grief and what have you, and you were there on the other side of that. Um, yeah, so and we've talked regularly, and it's without
I appreciate you very much, man.
it's without people like you and your support that I actually managed to keep this stuff afloat and keep going and remain sane, I suppose, at sometimes.
Thank you. I would say likewise because we speak a lot. Like I
Mhm,
before, well, I have around 3 people I talk to. If
mhm,
you with you now, if you
mhm.
exclude mom, like yeah, I have good contact with mom and I have siblings and shit like that. But we speak, and you've become sort of like that asshole older brother, which is so fucked.
Yeah, you are the asshole younger brother, I suppose. Yeah,
See, see,
yeah.
hashtag no homo.
Yes.
No, but it's fun because we speak, and you supported me, and I know we speak a lot. But it's good because we are both mentally ill. We both have these things. We
Mhm.
basically have the same thing. With if you like, who is a musician that does not have generalized anxiety disorder? It
Yeah.
like comes with the field.
Yeah, I suppose
What I imagine
I suppose there's always something
for
kicking
creative
around.
people.
Yeah, there's something kicking around.
Yeah, like more than regular. Everyone is anxious, of course. But I
Mhm.
mean, when you suffer from anxiety, not just that, oh shit, you're nervous for a job interview. Well, who the fuck isn't?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
generally,
Mhm,
when it's
mhm,
like a part of your life, I guess that's what it's anxiety. That's what I mean with anxiety. The other
mhm,
thing is
mhm,
fucking worry.
mhm,
Completely different thing. And we're
Catastrophizing.
both, oh, katastroftankar. That's
Mhm,
literally the translation.
mhm, mhm,
Katastroftankar, catastrophizing.
mhm.
Catastrophe. It's my life is a tragedy, or is it a comedy?
Well, I think that's probably the way to view it, because
I
if you
stole that from the Joker. We can't
okay,
speak about it.
fair
It's
enough.
a movie line.
I thought you were being insightful, but you just ripped
No, I
lines from
can't
a
be.
movie.
I can't be.
But I do think actually expanding on that point, if you don't take a step back and view the tragedy as somewhat kind of hilarious, then
Mm,
what are you left with?
we're becoming Joker now.
Yeah, a kind of thing that I kind of starting to fall back on recently because I've been through the sort of therapy mill, I've learnt the
Mm,
psychology, I've kind of done all of that, and the problem is like I'm borderline personality disorder and ADHD, and the problem is you can get all this knowledge and it's a double-edged sword because you're still under the throes of it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Perhaps to a lesser degree, but you can't with a self-punishment based disorder, you self-punish yourself more because you have the knowledge and you have the tools and you can work it
Mm,
all out and understand it, but it still gets you from time
yeah.
to time. And that can be even more destroying than being ignorant. And the therapy mill, whilst I'm an advocate for proper psychologists and the help they
Mm,
provide, um, when you've done it 4 times over 4 decades or whatever, and
yeah,
there
man.
comes a point where you have to kind of put therapy down because that becomes sort of self-limiting. So
Yeah.
my way of working through stuff at the moment is to zoom out and almost kind of regard myself as a biological ant. Biological ant doesn't think about what happens if whatever. It just goes about its
Okay.
business and
Instinct.
yeah, it goes about what it wants to do, what it needs to do, and it enjoys the sunshine. Dog will just go and lay out in the garden because it's sunny. The cat will just
Yeah, yeah.
sit on a tree because the view's nice. So I try to sort of zoom out and get my mind to that thinking, which enables kind of it plays into a Buddhist perspective, which is there is only sort of like now,
Right. You spoke.
and
Oh, yeah.
the it's your own mind that does the most damage. It's not the things that necessarily happen to you. It's your own kind of interpretation. It's your own reliving. It's your own acknowledgement and awareness that, oh, my brain is now talking this. I have about 40 different bloody voices all going on in my head at once. That's why I'm so busy and manic, because I just can't shut up.
The architect of your own demise.
Yeah, exactly. So stillness and quietness and zooming out, that, you know, I'm only a biological human being. I'm no different to any
Yeah.
other, to any other species, apart from the fact that I have this stuff rattling around in my head. So let's go back to being aware that I'm a biological entity. I have a limited time on this domain. What makes me not so much happy, but what makes me content. So I've stopped the pursuit of happiness. I've stopped the pursuit of relief from bad things going
Yeah.
on around me in the world, or unto myself, or inside my own internal narrative. I go, well,
Good one.
what creates stillness? What creates just a momentary contentment? We've all stepped out of our house and it's a beautiful day, and we've all gone, it's quiet, it's still, and I'm happy. You know, it's not happiness. It's
What you said there, being content and being fine and all of this is something I also, because we're 10 years apart. I'm 30.
Mhm.
You're 50, so it's
I'm
20 years
40.
apart. Yeah, Jesus. No, but what you said with stillness there is
Mhm.
something I think I medically can experience with benzo. I have those in need of, and that gives sort of a chemical stillness. It
Yeah.
it dumbs you down basically.
Mm.
You know, but I found this when you said with the Buddhist perspective and not being too worried about stuff. I did this Wim Hof thing. I told you that.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
okay. Mhm.
oh my God, that Wim, because meditation never worked for me because I could never focus for more than 5 minutes on
I
it.
pause you there. So
Literally.
meditation, you couldn't focus. Describe that focusing.
Well, I laid down or sat down, and I wanted to clear my head because that's what everyone told me was like, sit down, breathe, and clear your head. I don't know how to clear my head.
Okay, so this is the misinterpretation that people have surrounding meditation. Now,
Mm,
most Buddhists will self-punish themselves for not meditating enough, and I don't really do
yeah,
it. Kind of do like a walking meditation,
yeah.
through hiking and stuff. But in sat-down meditation, I did a lot of this to get through my prison sentence. So
Mm,
the entry level instruction to meditation is to basically sit down, make sure you're comfortable, and what have you. And yes, you are trying to sort of create a stillness of mind, but that's not the pursuit, because people seem to think that, oh, I clear my mind. This is an impossible goal, because we suffer from, as humans, something that
yes.
something that the Buddhists call monkey mind. It's always, you know, you're sat in a room and suddenly it's very still, but that clock over there is annoying you, yeah, because it's ticking,
Oh,
yeah. But when you're with
yeah,
your friend in the same room, you don't notice the clock, yeah. It's because
yeah.
when you're not doing anything, your mind is deliberately searching for something to give you some kind of unrest. And this
Mm,
then can go into negative thought patterns. And then suddenly your mind now dominates everything. Uh,
mm.
so back to the kind of the meditation instruction. So sit down somewhere. It doesn't even have to be quiet. I used to love meditating in the noisiest parts of the prison. And it was interesting
Which
how,
is also, yeah,
yeah,
a misinterpretation there of
yeah.
what it is.
And
Exactly.
basically just keep counting internally, that internal voice of
Mm.
your head, count to 8, and then restart the count. And then what you'll notice is your mind then goes off counting, and it goes into, well, remember this time when this, or whatever. As soon as you catch that, return to counting.
That's a little crazy because when you said counting, when I started doing CBT myself because I couldn't get time. There's too many people sick here. So I started doing the cognitive behavioral therapy myself. I
Mm.
researched it. I knew Jordan Peterson spoke some about that, facing the problem, that. Exactly what you said there with counting is actually what I did when I was out walking further when I couldn't walk very far at all.
Mhm.
I'm always out, but it's about how far I can go without panicking. Basically, I do it every day, but it's not easy. But then I started breathing rhythmically and counting inhale and exhale. And when I was unsure where I was, I only did to 10. And it worked so well because I was like, two. Oh, we're all right. Oh, let's restart. One.
Yep.
Exactly that, actually.
Exactly. So
I don't know where it came from, though. but that just came naturally
Mhm.
when I was pushing myself. Now it's a lot better. This is a year ago.
Okay, so what do we do
I'm
when
like, what the fuck?
when you're engaged in
Hmm.
work or when you're engaged with playing the guitar or trying to get a piece down? What do? You're kind of doing this and then you screw up or your mind goes off well or something goes wrong, and then you basically restart. This is an innate survival mechanism that we have as human beings
Hmm.
and that a lot of biological creatures across the globe have, in the sense that when they fail at something, they just kind of restart and carry on. Yeah, it's our own mind that says,
Hmm.
"Oh, I'm not capable of it, so I'm going to switch the computer off and I'm just going to sit there and scroll through my phone and be depressed." Yeah, that is not
Hmm.
our innate nature, but we're making it our innate nature because of the stuff that we absorb. Now,
Yeah.
unfortunately, whether you put our human body into this environment in 2024, or whether you picked it up and you put it back in 900 AD, or
Now
even
there's
even before,
something.
it's the same thing. You respond to your internal kind of
Narrative.
inputs, and this then
Yeah.
creates an ideal of what you think you should be, and you're overthinking
Yeah.
everything. So just the simple process of counting and then
Hmm.
restarting when you either miscount or when some thought
Exactly.
processes or distractions come in. What this does is this trains you to be content. This trains you to also self-monitor and self-guide yourself out of anything kind of overstimulating, distracting, awkward, fearful, anything that your mind is telling you
Yeah.
that is because realistically, I totally have sympathy with your agoraphobia and stuff like this,
Hmm.
but you are a human being in the outside world, and you have to go and
Yeah.
farm, you have to go and pick up goods, you have
And
to
that's what
pick
you
up
have to
something and
think.
come back,
I have to go to the store.
and everybody does. It is
Yeah.
that own mechanism of your mind that has taken over
Oh,
to
100%.
to dominate. Yep.
Nothing
And
ever happened, man.
and
I
what
never had any adult trauma or never an accident. It's just the mind.
mm.
It's just the power of that shit
So
sometimes.
the way to
Oof.
regain power is that kind of meditative, that kind of counting mechanism, and then you realize that you are capable of doing that, even to some small
Yes.
degree, and those
Yes.
small degrees become wider, and then you're basically retraining yourself, and you're kind of
That's
out with the
literally it.
old, out with the new, and there's
It's
a lot.
literally that though.
It
You
is.
do. You retrain the brain to not be afraid, or
Mhm.
you face it, and it's
But
like, okay, I didn't die. Like I said, I'm out every day. I'm not stuck at home. I always had agoraphobia,
mhm,
but there is some misconceptions about that. It's
of
like, oh, you
course.
can't go to the square. Oh no, it's not that. I do every day. It's just that my mind starts going like, oh shit.
Do you
It's
do
that.
do you find that the I mean, I'm not a clinical psychologist or anything, I'm just posing this
Oh
question.
really?
Do you find that, so if you're going to the shop and then back again, that's
Yep.
fine, but if you're out for a protracted period of time, you then start worrying about the journey home, or you
Yes.
become tired. Okay, so this has to do with sensory like burnout, I suppose.
Mm,
Perhaps that's another way of looking at it.
because I burned out as well. It got
And
picked up.
your default perhaps is you're reminding yourself that you are now XXYZ, far away from your home, from your safety
Yep.
bubble. Okay.
100%. That's what I have. The diagnosis. Yeah.
So I would encourage, perhaps just as something to play with, is, let's say you have to go into central Gothenburg for
Mm,
something. Find somewhere there that you can kind of then start gravitating to. So go to a shop and then go there for a bit with a cup of tea or
mm.
whatever it is. Go somewhere else and go back there and sort of train yourself. That is a resting point. It's like a pit stop. Yeah.
That's what I do,
Oh,
actually.
okay. Well, there you go. Mhm.
That's exactly what I came up with myself to have safe. It's like a checkpoint I have. So if
Yeah.
I go far, I need
Mhm,
checkpoints. Like, okay, now I make it. Of course, this is I did get the actual CBT in November,
mhm.
but then my doc went on sick leave. So we had to pause it after 2. I'm like, fuck this. Then you go to like, dude, what should I even? But then I started doing it myself. We're restarting now in February, so it's good.
Mhm, mhm.
And like I said, there's a misconception because I leave my house. I have never had one day I can remember where I stayed inside. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's the catastrophizing that
Mhm.
fucks me up. And it's about doing it in small things as well. Like me and my daughter, I haven't been to the big square in a few months, but after Christmas, my daughter wanted to shop with Christmas cash she got.
Mhm.
So I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna have to do it. But to not ride till I can walk there, not take the tram, because I am gonna get fucking exhausted by the exposure.
Mhm.
We went there though, and no one died. I was out for 2 days, but you know, you know what I mean. It's
Yeah.
such a misconception, like, oh, you're afraid of people. Nah, not really.
No,
It,
no.
it's more,
But they
it's a
don't
lot
they
deeper
don't
than that.
help when it's all too much.
Oh, because I can go out when it's dark now is my
Mhm.
favorite time of the year because the anxiety is not, it goes into like, I'm not afraid to embarrass myself, but the thought comes. But
Yeah.
I just say, I don't give a fuck, man. You know, and that helps because I don't. I think you figured that out too. I
Mhm.
really don't. Like if I embarrass myself, fucking fine. But it's the thoughts. I've learned to manage it more. I
Mhm.
couldn't before. I just did things. But now I'm older and all that shit. But there is big misconceptions about all of that
Oh,
agoraphobia
yeah.
stuff.
I mean,
Like, oh shit.
with the borderline personality disorder, is unfortunately seen
Oh,
as a
yeah.
majority female disease, and I've actually said that.
Agoraphobia too, by the way.
Yes.
50-year-old women mostly.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
What?
I have an ex-partner that suffers from similar, and it's only kind of been a thing
Yeah.
for her in the last couple of years, but it has been exceedingly debilitating.
Isn't
Um,
that it's interesting.
and she's
It's you and I
24,
have
25.
those. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, we have those female traits then, I guess. Those
No,
illnesses.
no, no. This is just down to psychological reporting because
Okay.
it's only recently, I suppose, that men are a little, I suppose, to hate the use of the term, but perhaps a bit more woke enough to go and
Yeah,
start
yeah.
talking to people about their feelings. You know,
Sure.
whereas in the industrial age and war ages and stuff, men were busy with much more important things, um, and were not, and didn't want to demasculate themselves
Yeah.
in a way. And also because men tend to present differently, um, doctors just kind of wrote it off as being antisocial. So in the case of borderline personality disorder,
Oh, that antisocial thing,
it
man, I got that too,
is
but I manage it.
well, men
Oof.
even today get misdiagnosed with APD. I've been inside the prison system as well, and it's like
Yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah,
so prevalent.
that's different from what I've done, but we have the same. But wait, I'm just gonna I wanted to say something. Yeah, right, wait, dude, I told you that I could never focus.
Mm,
With the Wim Hof thing, I can.
yeah,
Because I know I said benzo gives you one sort of stillness, but I did the Wim Hof thing.
yeah,
I was without air for 2 minutes and 30 seconds last week. And I know it's like a hack because you
mhm,
super oxidize after,
yeah,
but I found some different things on YouTube and I did them. I cold showers is like I end every shower icy because
yeah.
afterwards I'm like, ooh, god
Well,
damn,
I've only been doing
you
that
know?
for the last couple of probably about the last year, maybe on and off,
Yeah.
because
Fuck, it's good though.
one of the
Holy
one
shit,
of the
man.
things is I'm always chasing dopamine hits, and as you know, the cold shower thing it
Mhm.
creates a more stable level
Like, ooh.
throughout the day. It creates a release of dopamine that lasts longer, as opposed to
It does though.
as opposed to an energy
Yes.
drink or
Oh
cigarettes
shit.
or cold caffeine or
I do
or
all.
back in the day cocaine. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah.
that
With the Red Bull.
with the Red Bull and the alcohol and the promiscuity
Mm.
that comes with it, and it's
Oh.
over dopamine, chasing. But yeah, I've
No,
added
but the
that.
Wim Hof, man, I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Mm.
I've done for a month or 2 now, and I get so calm afterwards. I do it
Mm. Well,
before I eat every day.
what it does is it triggers something called the parasympathetic system,
Right,
which basically releases stuff that calms you down, and
and heart rate,
yeah,
like, oh, I
exactly.
feel it.
And
Like,
also mentally, it makes your focus go back onto your biology. And
yeah.
becomes full circle to the sort of the opening of this kind of conversation where I sort of said, well, we're actually biological fucking ants, not we're not
See,
the sum of our
yeah.
own egos and minds. And it's really interesting that expanding that point even further, those attributes of Buddhism are now
Mm,
becoming forefrontal kind of aspects in terms of psychological treatment and therapy.
That's so awesome.
There's a lot.
I love that.
You've seen the YouTube videos yourself. There's a lot more focus on what it is
Yes.
we can do with our own biology and our own bodies,
Yes.
as opposed to trying to like, think everything through and come to terms with it and
Mhm.
own it.
And less medication. That is
And
what I loved with the Wim Hof thing. It's like
Mm.
it's air. You control your air. You lay down, listen to this fucking walkthrough. There's so many of them. And I tested the 231. And so it's 1 minute hold, but if someone like maybe they don't know now, it's 30 breaths. On the 30th, you blow it all out and you don't do anything for a minute. And you just feel yourself. You feel the heart slow down. You feel the blood go. After a minute, you go, big deep, and you hold 15 seconds and blow it out. Wait, restart again. But now it's 90 seconds. And when you push like that, when I went to 230 and I did the holy shit, because you feel the blood go like, it feels like levitating. I get the levitation thing. Like, obviously, I didn't fucking levitate, but it feels like
You're too weighty for levitation.
Yeah, yeah, sure. No, but it really feels like if you hold your hands on the floor, you don't feel the tip of your fingers, which is like, oh shit, what's happening? But it's it's only bliss, and it's not medically induced, which I love.
Yeah,
and afterwards I'm like,
important.
oh, and I can think. I get such good ideas doing these whole breath without air. Like the clearing thing we said. I focus on what I should focus on most, whatever that is. And it's no noise. That's the best way for me to describe it, which you can relate to, probably.
Yeah, I can relate to
There's
that.
no
Yeah.
noise. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I never felt this in 30 years. Never, ever felt this silence. And it's so good.
Yeah.
And it's about air, which I find so refreshing. And I try to do it every day. Before I eat, I only eat one big meal a day. I eat around 4, because I feel so good doing this method. I don't know how long I'll live, but I feel so good. I'm not hungry until 4 because I'm used to it. And I'm up and about, I walk a lot every day between recording and shit. We speak sometimes, always walking, doing something, eat. But before I eat, do the Wim Hof, right? I just feel it takes the food better as well when I do that. The blood is so good. And I eat quite big, lay down for a while, let the food process. Maybe I have a power nap. Always listen to music, which is another part of the meditation I found. I just lay down on the couch, let the food process do its thing, go out into the body, maybe a nap, maybe not, then back into work mode. Yeah. Fuck me. And then at 8 or 9, I close it off and I game or whatever.
You do appear to me over the last kind of 3 months
like
or
a
so.
Fucking dossa. No, sorry.
The last 3 months or so to have adopted like a more kind of God mode, sort of attitude and ability. You're posting more frequently. You're coming up with ideas. I see you've not down with the website. You're not down with that, and you're recording and you
with help from you, by the way.
Stuff. Well,
so thank you.
I'm just a small wheel in the cog, but
in the machine.
Happy to.
You're in the machine.
Happy to support you wherever possible. Which I suppose lends its way, I suppose, into kind of the label kind of stuff.
Of course.
As well. So
you're right. The God mode thing is because now I have something to fucking release as well. This has been a plan for. I have a designer now, Chanel.
Yep.
It's this year. No, last year. Shit. And they helped me with so many things. Such a fantastic person. Really got me on the right track. And then it's Mitch in the machine. You are in the machine as well. And with that team, it's so good. It's so perfect. And God mode. Goddamn, man, that was a good. Thank you for that compliment, because it hasn't been easy. Like, I'm not getting 5,000 likes or anything, but I do get more interactions. And Spotify, maybe let's not talk numbers because it's so unfucking important. But I've had a steady 500 monthly for 4 months. And I'm so satisfied with that, because last year I had around 20, 30.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's see here.
My music
I started releasing
the other way. Yeah, my music's gone the other way. Since I opened the label, it's like I'm not.
Well, that's not strange. You're focusing on us.
Yeah.
That's why I always say, like, what can I do to promote us? And now the promo thing has you. I'm going to send you another picture. He even added the website now. Join the machine as a button on the PR message thing.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool, right?
Mm-mm.
And it was so cool. I have to say that, Ben. You know, when I sent this PR bundle out and I said label none because I wrote it so long ago. Because I am signed to Face Ripper Records now. That's what I tell everyone. So every post was like label unsigned. I'm like, wait a fucking minute, I'm not.
It's
Guys,
so nice.
I'm on Face Ripper,
Uh,
dude.
it's only been
Oh,
it's only been going almost 3 months, and I'm now starting to see sort of people go, oh, I should have added you sooner and all that. I'm like, no, you're happy to use the name and you feel
yeah.
comfortable, and then that's for time. Then that's, you know, it's a huge compliment. But what I'm doing, and again, it's
But
it's
I want
still
to rep you too. That's why.
it's
Because this goes out to a lot of people.
Mm,
And they
mm.
see Face Ripper Records is like, okay, what is that?
Yeah,
And I know some check it out. I
it,
know that.
it's building and building fast,
Yeah.
and it's you guys, it's you and your music and your friendship and all of that that actually kind of makes it all kind of worthwhile. It's I'm going to be
It's all
doing
you, Ben.
I'm going to
You're
do
the
it.
God mode here.
I'm going to
Don't
do it.
forget that.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Yeah.
I have a very kind of self-punitive attitude to my schedule. You know, if I'm not
Yeah.
if I'm not suffering and I'm not ultra busy, then you know.
Oh, dude, I have a thing on that before we run out of time again. This is going to be the best pod ever. Imagine the clips of the like porn sites and all that. But no, but yes, but no, with the tormenting self, that is what I always have because I look forward to, you know, I game in the evenings, console gamer, and that's
Mortal
my like
Kombat,
relax.
we need to fight.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
we are going to. Well, it's only a fight if the other one fights back, so I wouldn't call it a fight. I would
Mate,
call it a beatdown.
I will rip you a new one. Don't worry.
Yeah. But my game, you know, that's me in life now, like having something to look forward to. And that is gaming a lot. Like I don't game. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's not a lot, but I enjoyed gaming since I was 5. It's a relaxation, unlike any other. Part this with the Wim Hof breathing method, being able to game, but I can
Oh, this
only
is your
game.
secret superpower now on Mortal Kombat. You'll be doing the Wim
See,
Hof breathing, man.
I levitate the controller
Yeah.
like this. No, but the reward system in my head is if I do not suffer today, if I don't push my anxiety today, I will not be able to game, which is very bad in a lot of ways because I feel if there's a new game and I ordered it through the library, there's a hack, so I can order games through the library, and like I won't be satisfied playing this if I don't walk further today, which is gonna give me severe anxiety, or if I don't push this shit out today, then I don't enjoy it. But it's good and bad, but I can take it. So I'm like, let's torment myself.
I do a little bit of that. It's like, okay, I need to get X, Y, and Z
Mm.
done before I can do this.
But
Yeah,
it's good. I think it's good because we do
it's
shit.
a motivator, you know.
It is. It is a motivator.
And it's also conscious domination as up to subconscious domination of the mind as well. In terms of gaming, like I have a love-hate with it because I used to game so much, but now I'm just always so busy, and music is a huge focus. But I've
But we
learned
are quite similar with that. Like, you can agree that when you find a nice game, you just disappear, and it's so good, right? It's a nice feeling, isn't it?
But I can't
2
lose it.
hours every day,
My
you know?
ADHD seems to have got worse with age. It's like, yeah, I know the
Oh,
storyline, I see where
no.
it's going, and it's like, and then I end up not doing anything. But I've made a conscious effort in recent kind of weeks to go, do you know what? I'm actually going to bloody just sit down and did the story mode.
Yes!
I stayed up till 2 in the morning, and then I completed
It's a
it the
good
next
story. It's fun as fuck.
yeah, and then I completed it the next day. But to satisfy the work box, because I have this thing, if
Yeah.
I'm not working, I'm not anything. I kind
Which
of
is bad, by the way.
yeah, I know, but hey, it gets shit done.
But you're killing it. You're
Yeah.
killing it. It is
But
worth the suffering.
I decided to chuck the live on at least, so, and then I put the music onto it, stream some music as well. So I made it a
Yeah.
bit about everything, you know.
And we spoke about Atomic Heart. I love
that game. I need to get back. I need to re-download
it's fun.
that. I need to re-download that.
But I have the same thing you said with like gaming. If I don't love it, I won't play it. But I need, because I often listen to creepy pastas. I don't know if I told you that or showed you
Yeah.
those. I listen to that when I game a lot, these short horror stories or long horror stories, which is an idea I have with my industry to make it more entertainment and do like short movies with creepy pastas in the future. But to round this up now, everybody, thank Ben for coming on the show. We at Face Ripper love when he's here. He's a good friend of the show. But we're gonna round it up really nice here. We're gonna see a good roundup here. So, thank you for having me, Ben.
Yeah, you're
Everyone knows
welcome.
we're friends, but
Mhm.
it's still an interview
Yeah,
that
no,
I have
it's
to be.
still fun.
You know, I was so serious all the time.
I've been looking to get into sort of some of the darker sort of the psychology and actual things that are kind of people are afflicted by. But
Yeah.
obviously, a lot of people don't want to talk about it. You know, it's very surface level. If you do it,
We
in
did
some,
some now, but
and we've
it
now
is very dark here. I
we,
can tell you that. I have a very, and it sounds so edgy, but it's very dark. And it's, but shrink told me that a few years ago when I got very bad. She was like, you know, you're obviously not depressed in the most common way because I'm happy. I'm like,
mm,
I have depressive like diagnosis, but she said maybe you sound so edgy, like maybe you're just a dark person. That
mhm,
doesn't have to mean you're depressed.
no,
I'm like, but no one ever told me that.
no,
Like
mhm,
maybe if I wasn't raised right, I would be a psychopathic or sociopathic murderer. But I had love from mom, which
mhm.
is like, you know, I don't know where I'm going. We're gonna end
No.
up with saying like I could have been a serial killer. I guess I don't know.
Well,
I could have been you,
I
fucker.
think some
That's
people. I'm not a serial killer. I've not achieved that classification as of yet. So,
I'm not saying shit. I'm not leaking our DMs.
but I think coming to terms with the darkness, certainly in terms of my own music and the lyrical
Mm,
output and the shit that comes out of my head about myself that ends up into
dude.
words. Um,
Yeah. Real shit though. That's
that's all real. And
yeah.
but it's great to be able to take that cassette out of the back of my head and stick it into my
But isn't
DAW.
that fantastic? Taking something abstract and making it physical almost. Isn't
Mm.
that magic somehow?
And it means
It
it's asked in the day to day as much. It reduces it.
no.
It minimizes it. And people go, "Oh, this is so cool! It's brutal," and it's like, yeah, yeah, try living with it. But yeah, it's really
Dude,
cool that
really.
people, but living with it less is feeding through the medium of my music.
Is this the best interview you've done or the worst?
This has been a fucking sick interview. It's been a sick
He's
interview.
afraid to say it because he doesn't want to offend the other members of Face Ripper Records. I will say I'm the worst guest, and I'm proud of it.
No, it's been purposefully chaotic, and
Yes.
I like that. I'm all about the chaos.
And
And
it's a wardrobe change during. How did that happen?
uh,
How is there a wardrobe change? Like, who knows? I don't know what's happening.
it's a surprise you own more than one shirt.
Yes, me too. I just found it.
You took it off the last body buried.
The guy who betrayed me
Get back to the Frozen. Yeah.
loved this shirt. I'm glad we didn't get too much into that. And we have 2 minutes. I will finish up by saying this, that the album is coming out. This is more like an introduction, I know, and getting to talk, but I have the schedule here. I'm going to say that Blood Moon is out February 2nd, written about a Native American werewolf hunter. On February 23, we have Freedom Fighters, written about fictional warfare. And the content for Freedom Fighters is going to blow your fucking mind. That's what
Okay.
we shot yesterday. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And then we have March 15th, we have Nightmare, written about Evil Dead 2. That
Okay.
is the most streamed song in Swedish, Mardröm. Nightmare. Very good translation, huh? I just said Nightmare because
Mhm.
it's Evil Dead 2, my favorite movie of all time. Like, quickly, we still have 90 seconds, man. RoboCop 1, Evil Dead 2, There Will Be
RoboCop.
Blood, Gangs of New York, Taxi Driver, Apocalypse Now, RoboCop 1.
If I was
Tremendous.
going to write about a film, what would I pick?
If you
I,
make a song, yeah,
Kill
what would you
Kill
pick?
Bill.
That's cool. That's
That's a
cool.
cool one. Mm.
But dude, writing about movies is so. I have about The Thing, Creature of the Cold. That is The Thing.
Mhm.
Evil Dead 2
60 seconds.
is Nightmare. Yeah,
Mhm.
but dude, all those old horror movies is like Evil Dead 2 is purposely, like this interview, purposefully.
Yes.
The Thing is a lot more serious. That is like a fucked up psychological movie,
Can't
right? Being
wait.
stuck up there. No, but dude, thank you for having me. It's
You're
all
welcome.
fun and games.
Probably
I
about
love
30
you.
seconds. Love you too, brother.
Very good. We will never speak again after this, I guess. I ruined his entire thing,
No, it's all been good. It's been
but
a
it's
great
all been such good clips of
yes.
everything.
I'm not going to do it.
We
Right.
both have,
Good.
guys, anyone listening,
Mhm.
you should go and support Ben because he is a
And
true
you should go and
mensch.
support MINDISTRY. This is
But
amazing.
first, Ben, because he is
Because we're going to cut
so,
out. It's going
so
to